It is a dictatorship, and there's not much we can do about it right now. Let's just fucking be honest. All of these alarm bells are ringing. Federal court judge blocks this, but all this shit is still happening. Why? Where? In what type of society does that happen? A dictatorship. It's not pre-dictatorship. It's not up and coming. It's here. Real time.
Hi guys, welcome to yet another video. It's Ndagiri here. So this is something that a lot of you guys tagged me in this video, and I had to share it with you, of course, here. So this black man came out and was talking about how, you know, America is no longer like the free place. Actually, it has never been a free space, but now in 2025 with the leader that you know they have today, it's really turning into a dictatorship, and it's happening. And what was really interesting about this video is everyone that was trying to share it on social media, especially on TikTok, they were being warned, like, are you sure you want to share this video? Like, you know, are you certain about this video? Like, it is something that was being censored, and a lot of people were like, wait a minute, if you guys, if the social media platforms are blocking this video, then it actually means something. And a lot of Americans are realizing, like, you know, there's no freedom anymore, like the freedom of speech they've been preaching about in this place of America. It doesn't exist anymore, because now these people in leadership can literally do whatever they want and get away with it, because they are playing with the constitution, they're playing with people's minds, they're playing with the media. They've been playing with the media for a long time with propaganda, and now it's even worse because, I mean, they control social media. So that's why with this video, a lot of people are being discouraged on sharing it or even, you know, engaging with it, which was like really suspicious. But you know what I mean, guys. Listen to what this man had to say and how they were trying to censor him. Come back and listen to also a lot of other people, what they were saying about this. And yeah, tell me what you think about it.
It is a dictatorship, and there's not much we can do about it right now. Let's just fucking be honest. All of these alarm bells are ringing. Federal court judge blocks this, but all this shit is still happening. Why? Where? In what type of society does that happen? A dictatorship. It's not pre-dictatorship. It's not up and coming. It's here. Real time. You know why we're seeing so much extreme shit on a day-to-day basis? Because everybody who is on board with the Trump administration that has power in the government, whether it be local, state, or federal, right? They feel so empowered now to move forward with their extreme views that they have historically had to harbor away or hide away, given the current administration or the current obstacles in the way. But now that they feel like it's the Wild Wild West, that's why we see all of this extreme shit. That fucking senator just said, oh, well, everybody dies. We're going to cut Medicaid except for the eligible because, oh, everybody dies. Fuck them. Okay, then go die. Since death is just such a throw-up light thing, go die. Everybody dies, go die. She doesn't want death, but when you cut Medicaid for people, then everybody dies. You know how fucking extreme that is? They're trying to float bills that will ban books. I don't know how the fuck anybody calls Donald Trump a strong man when he can't take criticism for fucking shit. Explain how these tariffs are going to help us. Explain how your economy has been the best ever when the numbers don't line up with that at all. Give us some real evidence about the white genocide in South Africa. Bring your fucking pocket junkie Elon Musk before Congress. What the fuck do you mean that some unelected billionaire never stood before Congress, never fucking got elected, nothing fucking bullshit? Goes in under this Doge shit. Goes through all of our personal information, doing ketamine on the daily. And other uppers, downers, I don't know, whatever the fuck. So basically, you let a rich drug addict run through our personal information that nobody voted for in a democracy. And nothing happened to him. He is a free man right now. It's a dictatorship. It's not it's not upcoming, it's here. A unanimous Supreme Court decision. Go get Kilmar. Is he here? They said we're going after the worst of the worst criminals. We're going to get them all out of here. And then they revoke people with legal status. And then they have ICE agents waiting at courthouses for people going through the legal process. Do people going through the legal process sound like the worst of the worst fucking criminals to you? It is a dictatorship. Congress? Are you fucking kidding me? We don't have a fucking Congress. I am yet to be able to make a fucking video about my opinion of Caroline Leavitt because I get so fucking upset. I can't stand that bitch. You know why I think Obama is 10 million times the man Donald Trump could ever be? Because when there were hecklers at his rallies or his speeches or people that interrupted, he said, hey, freedom of speech is a thing here, and we respect it. Let them yell. Let them shout. He always said, don't boo, vote. He let them use their freedom of speech, even if it was in a negative way, even if it was criticizing him. You can't tell Donald Trump shit. It's just incredible to me that people will support a man who immediately turns into this little crybaby when you present him with facts that are contradictory to his delusion that he's the greatest thing that ever happened to America. I have the greatest economy ever. The bad parts are Biden, the good parts are me. They present him with facts. I don't hate you, Donald. These are just the facts. He says, fake reporter, you're terrible, your network is terrible, you should be investigated, yada, yada, yada. That's not strength, that's straight pussy shit. I just saw some MAGA motherfucker talk about Democrats are babies, like we've been crying about a fake election for the last 5 years, in counting. You know who fucking whines and bitches and moans about the rules when they lose? Babies, children. What the fuck are we talking about? The leftist lunatics, which leftist lunatic Democrats stormed the Capitol in January of this year? And that's not even hating either side. That's just the facts. You can't look at both sides and call the left the lunatics when in 2021, the right stormed the fucking Capitol. What the fuck are we talking about? You cannot call the Democrats babies when you all have been crying and bitching about the 2020 election. To this day, Trump is still talking about Biden to this day, in present time. He just floated and endorsed and whatever the fuck, this conspiracy about Biden being executed and it being behind him being a robot. Move the fuck on. They were talking about, oh, it's going to be a fake election. It was a rigged election just before the November election in 2024. And then when he won, that got cut off. They shut the fuck up because when they win, it can't possibly be rigged. It's what the American people wanted, even though it was a damn near 50-50 popular vote. It has gotten to a point where it genuinely does not matter if you're on the right, left, Republican, Democrat. It just should be a collective, universal, unanimous, what the fuck is this? And the answer to that is, it is a dictatorship. And it's sad. And it's fucking sad. So Elon Musk went through all of our data this year and then decided to leave. And I'm supposed to believe that the 2028 election is just going to be free and fair. They've already mentioned how he had his hand in the voting computers and shit like that. And y'all gave him, 4+ months to do whatever the fuck to everything. And then he just disappears and that's his tenure. Nothing happened. The 2028 election is going to be a fucking shit show.
Did you guys see that video of that man saying the USA is a dictatorship? And how if you try to share that video, it says, check your sources before sharing?
It's not pre-dictatorship. It's not up and coming. It's here. Real time. You know what?
And that's just even if you're trying to repost it, anything. If you click the share button at all, it's check your sources before sharing. What? And then when you click the sharing, it's are you sure? It's just giving a bunch of warnings. Do you really want to share this video? Hello, is that not proving that he's correct? Is that not proving that literally his point in the video is correct? You guys are heavily suppressing creators who are just speaking about the state of the country currently. And to then be well, check your sources before sharing. You're trying to make it so that people are second guessing before sharing it, before reposting it, before spreading it around. But it's obvious that that's you guys' goal, to suppress the creator who was talking about how the USA is a dictatorship. I feel the more you guys try to suppress it, the more obvious it is that that's what's actually going on. Because why are you guys going out of your way to be check your sources before sharing? And then you click, okay, well, I'm going to share anyway. And then it's are you sure you want to share? And it's all in red and looks like it's yes, share anyway. Why is it doing all of that? That's literally, I feel that's literally proving his point, actually, about what he was saying in that video.
Hi, I've been a sociologist for over a decade, specifically studying the rise of authoritarian and dictatorships. And if you think that the United States is heading into a dictatorship, you are not wrong. It doesn't start with tanks in the streets. It starts with the courts being silenced. It starts with politicians making laws so they are untouchable. It starts with purging federal workers with loyalists. It starts with arresting protesters and labeling them terrorists. This isn't hypothetical. This is real. And H.R. Bill 1526 will be headed up for vote. It already passed the House, which will strip judges of the power to block unconstitutional laws. In Project 2025, they've just been hitting bullet point, bullet point, bullet point. And that is a whole blueprint on how to establish authoritarian control, which they are actively doing right now. And Trump's inner circle and his followers are actively embracing the rise of authoritarianism and a dictatorship. This isn't just politics, this is a hostile takeover of democracy. This is the end of democracy. And Trump supporters are celebrating it. They don't want democracy. We either resist right fucking now, or we're screwed. We will lose everything. This is the end of American freedom. If you are a true patriot, if you believe in individual freedom as a fundamental principle in the United States, you cannot support this. They are incompatible. It is time to get loud, it is time to organize, and it is time to push back. I better see you on April 19th, because we have to give this everything we fucking got. Because if we wait for the tanks in the street, it's too late. We either fight or we watch all our freedoms being taken away as we actively are watching them, and our lives being destroyed, our livelihoods being destroyed, and some of us will die. People already are dying. So either we fight now or we die. Okay, guys? Do you get how serious this is? As always, if you would like a full breakdown of how we are falling into a dictatorship and democracy is crumbling, I have a whole article I just posted on my Substack. Please read it.
It's really concerning that a place like America that has always marketed itself as a place of freedom, where people have freedom of speech, is turning into actually it's not turning into, it's just revealing itself to what it's really been for the longest time. They've been the ones controlling the media and pushing the propaganda of they are a place of freedom and speech. But it's not been the same when it comes to, let's say, African Americans. They've not been given that, privilege, I would say. When you speak up, you're targeted. When you come out and fight for something, you're targeted. So it's interesting that America, that has always labeled African countries as, places with dictators, is also what it truly is. Like, it's a dictatorship right now, that there is no freedom of speech anymore. And you look at things like education, health, even the constitution itself is being played with. Like, they are putting small rules and regulations inside, sneaking rules in there, so they can do whatever they have to do and no one can touch them. And you question yourself, is that really a place of freedom of speech? Is it really? When you look at young children being denied education or being taught things that don't make sense, when you see this administration literally taking away the rights of, let's say, women, rights of people, and things that have been helping people move life, you question yourself, is that not really a dictatorship? If you're able to just go and, say DEI is not acceptable anymore, if you're just able to go and be like Harvard, you need to, give me the students that you have that are international. If you're just going to wake up and say something and it's what you expect, if you're just going to go and call in, let's say, white South Africans and bring them to America, when you're taking away the citizenship of the real citizens of America, but it has to be in your way, how on earth cannot people start to think they are living under dictatorship? Make it make sense. That's America for you right now. That is America for you right now.
So we are officially moving forward into a dictatorship. A judge just ruled in favor with Trump to go ahead and proceed with the buyout offers that he was offering, the people in the federal government. And the first thing that they decided to do was offer the same buyout to the CIA. Now, if y'all don't know what the CIA does and is responsible for, it doesn't even matter at this point, because trying to explain these things to people who just do not have the mental capacity to understand how these government agency works, they're just going to be persuaded by the waste. Oh, yes, well, he's removing waste. So if that's what y'all believe, I'm done trying to argue my point as to why this could be dangerous and why this is not a good move. But I just want people to know that we are moving forward to a dictatorship. At this point, we don't have any Democrats that's going to stand up and stop him. Now we don't really have any judges that's going to really stop him. So he's going to be able to offer these buyouts to every particular branch of government outside of probably the military and police and stuff, because he's going to need his protection. So he's not going to cut spending to them, but he's going to cut it for all of the most vulnerable services, whether it's in health, whether it's in housing, whether it's in food services, whether it's assistance with other things, maybe like immigrants who need assistance here. He's cutting all of this stuff now. So what's going to happen is these expenses are going to be turned over into your state and local governments, which in turn will affect your state taxes. Your state taxes will go up. There's no other way to do it. Even if the federal government decides, hey, listen, we may hire some contractors to fill these positions that the federal government that we've, pretty much eliminated. But contractors are going to cost more and they got to go through private companies. So it's going to cost more in tax dollars. So we're not going to really see a decrease in tax dollars because he dissolved these agencies. In fact, we're going to see an increase in tax dollars. Not only that, we got the tariffs coming up for steel. We also got tariffs that he's imposing on China, tariffs that he's going to impose on Mexico. So for those of you who thought that we was probably going to be getting better prices in groceries and living at a at a cheaper cost of life with him being in office, we're not really going to be seeing that at all. Trump is pushing for $5 to $11 trillion in tax cuts. And the way that they have to fund that is they have to dissolve these governments. So right now, Elon Musk has access to Medicaid and Medicare. So you can see cuts going to be coming to Medicaid and Medicare. So they're not going to be covering certain prescriptions. They're not going to be covering certain procedures. They're not going to be covering certain operations because they want to make those cuts, which means that they're going to have less workers that's going to be working in that sector. So if you have any emergencies, you have any issues with your health service, you may not be able to get someone. You may not be able to get those services that you want. But hopefully your state will step in and fill in that gap, because that's what people are saying. The state's going to pick up the slack. The states are going to build us these amazing schools. The states are going to educate our children. We're going to be so much better by using the states to do all of these things with no federal government oversight. So at the end of the day, people are signing on to this dictatorship. They're supporting it. So the only thing I can say really is continue to get the knowledge, continue to look out for your family, protect yourself, get around people who love you. There's going to have to be some coordinated plan with you guys and how you spend your money. I personally wouldn't buy any Teslas at this point. I wouldn't buy anything that supports any of these organizations that are colluding with the president to basically do this hostile takeover of the government and basically strip away our rights. So I won't be supporting any of that. I've actually been looking at other Black creators and what they offer and services that they offer, so I can put together a nice little network where I can spend my money and keep my money out of these companies. So I just wanted to come and deliver this message on today. Hopefully you guys are hopeful. MAGA, I know you're probably happy right now. You're probably getting everything that you want, but we'll check back in a year and see how you're doing and see how prosperous you are, and possibly have a conversation with you then. Because right now y'all are saying, oh, it's too soon, give him time, blah, blah, blah. Well, guess what? Hitler did it in 59 days? He's doing it in 30. So touche, Donald Trump, for doing everything that you said. I'm done fighting about this, man. I'm done. I got to get my mental space back. I got to get my head back. So I'm going to focus on some other things going forward. But yeah, that just happened. So enjoy the dictatorship, our first one. We may not get another election either. So this may just be it. Donald Trump may just be in there as long as he wants to be in there at this point. So I'm glad you guys are happy about that.
I'm pretty sure everybody that voted for this administration is every day crying in their bed, because everything that this government is putting out is hurting everybody. Everybody, especially palmed people that thought they were not going to face any consequences, that thought they were just going to, be with this leader that promised them freedom and, making America great again. But no, it's them that are losing money. Tariffs are crazy. They don't have, workers anymore. Even them, when they travel, coming back into their own country, they have to be questioned and interrogated like criminals. Their relatives or their spouse or, people in their, let's say, families that are not from, let's say, America are being targeted. So everything that this administration is, doing, I'm pretty sure everybody that voted for it must be in tears every freaking night, regretting why they chose to put this man in power. But I mean, we should be just glad that he's showing the true picture of what America has always been. And it's been hidden, but I mean, Trump is opening it and really revealing everything that these people have been hiding for the longest time. And I love saying that actually I don't support whatever that he is, ruling and putting in place, but I like that he's showing the true picture of what palmed people are, and that's what they did not want the world to see, but it's out there. It's out there, and even themselves as palm people are realizing hey, we are under a dictatorship and we need to fight for our country, because this administration is taking away all the rights that we've been having or enjoying. So they are really feeling the pain of this administration, and I love seeing that for them. Actually, they need to be putting in more energy and leave Black Americans out of this. Like literally, they started these systems with their ancestors till today, so it's them again to dismantle those same systems that they've been really benefiting from for a very long time, that are being snapped away from them by their own, person that they wanted. So they should really deal with it. You heard what people had to say. Let me know, like, what do you think about this? What's your opinions? Get down in the comments and let me know, is it really like a dictatorship that is happening in the US right now? Oh, yeah. Just let me know. Guys, that is it. I will see you in another video. Bye.